This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready to set. UAT. 54 miles. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 5 at the 34-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Watch the back. Watch the back.
On second down, this is Harris. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Back to throw, Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
He's coming. We got double up.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. They'll run with White. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And it brings up 3rd down.
We're set. 19. I got him. 26.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. It's brought in by Harris. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
19! 55, Mike. 2 points down, he's coming.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Check. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Kill.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score. Deshaun Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Vikings, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
I'm gonna run you over. $55's my guy, 55.
Now a first down throw for Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
From just shy of midfield, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first down, it's Watson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. Watson in the offense going to come up first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris, his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Check 52.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Ready, 55, Mike 55. Oh, you got deep? Yeah, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Young, he's going to go deep for Conley. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. New England on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's get off the field, T.
Out of the gun, it's Young. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Young on 3rd down, going deep for Diggs. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Mike, set. 19.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Pick 6.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Let's go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now Young on 3rd down. Going deep for Diggs. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mike, 54. And we got to get to the ball, G. We got to get to the ball. 54. Hey, we got to snap it.
Watson now to throw. This is caught by Antonio Brown. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Let's go.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. This is Harris. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Vikings 43-yard line.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Good stuff. Keep doing that. Good set. 19.
First down, and they go back to Harris. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
This will be caught by Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That puts them in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Watson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, the sack by Jordan Willis.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now it's Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. From 13 yards out. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
25, check 25.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so here we go for half number two. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And some room to roam now. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. He sets to fire deep, and this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Vikings! In for the score. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Check it back, protect it.
Watson on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
What's that? 19! Hey, D-line, that's 155! Kill! Turn up! And 59! Mike, 55!
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Here we go.
On first down, Watson. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 6 there on first.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
At the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the boot. Back. Check 31. Check 31.
And now a carry here for the fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run it again with Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Mike 51. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Shit. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber. Put it right.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Ready, 50 for the bench. 50 forward order. Let's go, defense. Our time. This is our time. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Go.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Young. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. The extra point up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Vikings 14.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 30-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The 34-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Not today.
To throw is Watson. And this one's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
It's our time.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He gets it complete to Harris. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. 54.
From the gun, here's Watson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
Yeah, at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They come out here in the eye.
Come on, let's go. Watch twist.
Now Watson going to sneak it. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Deshaun Watson with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd and 9, Young, a screen to Bell. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw again on second down. Young. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Switch!
To the air once more, Young. Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Williams will try again, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On first down, it's Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
6-man. Check curls, check curls.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Under crunch.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident mucking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
They run again with Harris. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
55. Right there.
Watson on 3rd down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Harris. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Alert, alert. Hey, check my
Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Watson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Tight is right. 3 down, 3 down. Jim. Hey, 31.
And Watson's going to throw it here. And he's got his man on the out route. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now Watson, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set. 19. Here we go. We got tight left. You got 3 down. Out, let's go. Let's go, Mike, 50.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Young to throw it this time. He's got Smith here. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
Down. Touch the outlaw. Check 55 to Mike. Blue Dan up. Mike.
Young to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Patriots, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.